This segment is brought to you courtesy of Caribbean American Weekly, a newspaper owned and operated by Caribbean Americans. Read the latest edition at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To like us on Facebook, to advertise or to subscribe, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To advertise with the Caribbean American Weekly publication for freelance assignments to distribute at your business place, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. Or to meet a marketing representative at our office, call 718-771-0988. That's 718-771-0988. Today we are joined by Eugene Pursoo, the president and a driving force behind Caribbean Diaspora United Inc., an organization dedicated to uplifting Caribbean communities through unity, civic action, and cultural pride. With the Community Unity Breakfast approaching on Saturday, July the 12th at Russo's on the Bay in Howard Beach, New York, Pursoo gives us insight into the event and the powerful mission behind it. Welcome, sir. Such an honor and pleasure to have you here with us.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Pearl. It's my honor to be here.
Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. So let's start with the organization itself. What is the mission of Caribbean Diaspora United Inc., and how does it serve the Caribbean communities at home and abroad?
Well, the mission is simply to create betterment in the communities where we are domiciled. And in creating betterment in all communities, betterment will accrue to the lives of all people in the diaspora too. A second part of our mission is to make meaningful contribution to the development efforts in the Caribbean. And as such, we have committees prepared to examine the needs of the Caribbean and how, not just the needs, but how best we could, what are those needs we could aid and how to best aid it.
So this upcoming Community Unity Breakfast sounds like a major event. What inspired it and what are its goals for this year?
Yeah, we do think it's a major event. The purpose is first and foremost to unify our people, to bring our people together, to celebrate the ideals of unity and the possibility of unity. This year, the theme is unity and inclusion. And I say inclusion, when I say inclusion, I do have in mind the African American community, because we, as a diaspora, we reside in the United States, and we are not going to allow ourselves to be isolated either by us or by others. So inclusion is very important, and that's one constituency that I have in mind in a big way. That does not mean it's limited to the African American. We are open to inclusion with all communities.
And I like that you spoke about inclusion, because if we look at history, when the slave ship left Africa, it just made different stops. But its first point was Africa. So we are all connected.
Most definitely. We are all family.
We are. So the Honorable Pennelope Beckles, the leader of the opposition of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, she is the keynote speaker. How did her participation come about, and what message do you hope she conveys to attendees?
Well, let me say this. The Honorable Pennelope Beckles is a leader that I have great respect for. I met her at the United Nations when she was Trinidad and Tobago's ambassador, and we developed a good relationship. I've watched her work at the UN. I followed some of her work, and I'm always impressed with her leadership. When I thought about this year's keynote speaker, I wanted to honor and to celebrate women of historic achievement. And the fact that she happens to be the first female leader of the PNM, that's the People's National Movement in Trinidad and Tobago, that gave me a strong interest in celebrating her success. There's some other women leaders in this community, New York, that I also wanted to include. At this point in time, I won't mention their names because we have not confirmed the acceptance of our celebration. So I won't mention the name, but we are close to getting some very powerful women who have had historic achievements to be there, and we are going to honor them and celebrate them. The other part, so that's what inspired me to reach out to the Honorable Beckles. And the message that I hope she brings is one of unity and inclusion, one of hope. There are issues that we need great leadership to address. And none of the issues bigger than the question of unity among us as a people. There are lots of breaches that we need to bridge. And I hope she could do that. I'm also hoping that sooner rather than later, she will be in a position of leadership in her island, Trinidad and Tobago, and not just Trinidad and Tobago, but the entire Caribbean, to give leadership to the region that would enhance security and safety across the region, that would strengthen regional economies, regional ties, whether the tie be economic ties, cultural ties, sporting ties, whatever. Hoping that when we listen to her, we would leave there feeling that we have met a leader who is about to take us in that progressive direction.
Excellent. So one highlight of the event is the launch of the CDU Disaster Fund. Can you explain what this fund is, why it was created, and how it will function?
Well, there's no question that the Caribbean region is a disaster-prone region. We get visited by hurricanes every year, and with climate change on the rise, we expect the intensity and severity of the frequency of these hurricanes to grow. So we want to be in a position here in the diaspora to continue to make meaningful contribution to the relief efforts. We do a great job. Whenever disasters strike the Caribbean, our Caribbean brothers and sisters come out and make strong and meaningful. But we don't want to wait till a disaster strike and find ourselves scrambling around to have a chicken dinner to raise a few $1,000s and so forth.
Or fish fry.
Or fish fry. We want to create a permanent disaster fund, raise a few $1 million well enough. It's an annual fund that would be operating annually. We would have fund drives. We'd be approaching corporations, wealthy individuals, organizations to make meaningful contribution to that fund so that when the disaster strike, and I say when because we know it's an annual occurrence. It affects different islands, different years, but it affects the region. And so when that happens, we would be prepared. The committee from the CDU that would be responsible for managing that disaster fund simply has to meet and make a decision as to how much of the fund we are going to extend to in the form of relief to the affected country and people.
So the event brings together Caribbean leaders, families, and allies. What role do these gatherings play in strengthening ties within the diaspora, especially among the younger generations?
Well, let me just add here too, not just Caribbean leaders, families, and allies. Well, allies would include, we have at no time in the history of the United States have we had more elected officials of Caribbean heritage. And so we've extended invitation to all of these elected officials. So when we say allies, we're talking about elected officials, and it extends to elected officials whether or not they're of Caribbean heritage. We enjoy having them with us, and the whole idea is to begin at this stage with promoting unity among ourselves, because we know unity is a strength. There's strength in unity. And so we want to start there. That's a big thing, because we've been talking about, we've not unified and that's our problems, but we haven't done much except criticize the fact that we're not unified. And so we're starting now with this breakfast to say, okay, let's talk. Let's meet together. Let's get to know each other. Let's eat some of the common foods. Let's listen to some of the music from different sectors among us. Let us find things on which we could come together and unify. Once we're unified, then we're going to do some joint programs and build from there.
And speaking about programs, beyond the breakfast, what future initiatives or programs does Caribbean Diaspora United Inc. plan to introduce to further empower the community?
Okay, but even before I get to that, there's a part of the last question I didn't respond to. Okay. The whole question of the involvement of younger generations. Too often, our organization does not provide for future leadership. And so we are very particular. There are two councils in the CDU that we're going to be introducing this year. One, our Council of Elders. We want our people to respect our elders. Our elders have to be held with dignity. That is a permanent place in our community for them. And then there's a young brigade, a brigade of young people. And that young brigade, we want to take some of them annually on study abroad to the Caribbean, short study abroad to different Caribbean islands to experience life on the islands, the beauty and the challenges of life on the island. So we are very interested in making sure that we preserve respect for our elders and create opportunities for our young people. Now, the next question you ask about future initiatives. Well, I already spoke about the disaster fund.
Yes.
We are in the process of building a virtual Caribbean Hall of Fame. We want our people to be able to go into a Hall of Fame virtually and see our Caribbean people who have accomplished much in the past. We're talking about and we have it in all areas of life. Our political leaders like Eric William, Grantley Adams, and Manley, and these great leaders. We're talking about our entertainers like Bob Marley, like the Mighty Sparrow, and so forth. We're talking about our great cricket players, all the people who have had great accomplishment, of which we as a Caribbean people ought to be proud of and build on their successes. So that's another program where we'll be establishing a virtual Hall of Fame to cement their success and have it as an exhibition that our people could always look upon with great pride.
So how can one get tickets to this breakfast?
Well, my number, 516-359-0417. You call me and I'll make sure that I send you the flyers. If you could call me, I will get your phone number. So I'll definitely text you the flyer. And on the flyer, there's a number of other people you could reach. And if not, go on our website. Our website says cduusa.org. cduusa.org. It tells you a lot about us and how to make contact with us.
Excellent. So for those who unfortunately can't attend the event in person, how can they support the CDU Disaster Fund or become involved with the Caribbean Diaspora United's broader mission?
Okay, well, first of all, check out our website, cwiusa.org and become familiar with us, our mission, and what we want to do, and how to support it, how to become a part of it. We are also going to be streaming live. We have our own YouTube station. And so just if you go start off, the starting point is our website, CDU USA. And from there, you will be able to reach us. And the other thing is, you could easily find me. I'm at Medgar College. I work in the Caribbean Research Center at Medgar College. If you could just Google Medgar College, and you'll find my name there, and reach out to me.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Mr. Pursoo, for your leadership and for your commitment to unity within the Caribbean diaspora. We encourage everyone to attend the Community Unity Breakfast on Saturday, July the 12th, and support the launch of the CDU Disaster Fund. It's more than a meal, it's a movement. For tickets or information, go to cduusa.org. That's cduusa.org. And obviously, you can reach out to Mr. Pursoo. He gave his number, 516-359-0417. That's 516-359-0417. Thank you so much. Let's continue to build, uplift, and unite.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pearl.
You're so very welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah.
This segment was brought to you courtesy of Caribbean American Weekly, a newspaper owned and operated by Caribbean Americans. Read the latest edition at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To like us on Facebook, to advertise, or to subscribe, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To advertise with the Caribbean American Weekly publication, for freelance assignments to distribute at your business place, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. Or to meet a marketing representative at our office, call 718-771-0988. That's 718-771-0988.